In this video, we will review in detail the Community Paramedicine Mobile Integrated Health Patient Profiles module and how to add, edit, and delete patient profiles, as well as how to enroll new patients into existing programs. To access Mobile Integrated Health Patient Profiles module, just click the top level workflow button in the bottom left-hand corner for Community Paramedicine Mobile Integrated Health. Once you've done this, you will be taken to a page in which you will have two tabs on the top: Patient Management and Patient Search. Anytime you come into this module and your plans are to add a new patient profile on an individual, you should first check to see if the record already exists by clicking on Patient Search, and then by using the search criteria to determine if the record already exists or not. For this example, I'll type in the last name of Onkst, and then I'll click on Search Existing, and then we'll see that both Trista and Michael comes up. This is Trista's date of birth, 0/20/1976, and the last four of her social, 12/14. And in this case, instead of adding a new patient profile, I know she's already got one, so I can select this and then click Load the Patient Profile to go actually into Trista's patient profile. By creating this habit, this will prevent you from accidentally adding two patient profiles on the same individual. Once you have loaded the patient profile of your patient, notice that you'll have three additional tabs up at the very top of the page: Patient Data, Patient Record History, and then a Link PCRs tab. First, I'm going to cover the Patient Data tab. This is the patient profile of the patient. Over to the left, you have demographics, additional demographics, transport information, program info, contact info, past medical history, allergies, meds and prescriptions, physician, insurance, relative, employer, current health, harmful habits, diet and exercise, female health, and then run data. Up at the very top of the page, you have a big long save button. You can add information on each one of these tabs, and then once you're finished, you click the Save button, and then you'll see a pop-up window appear to tell you that you've been able to successfully save the information onto your patient profile. You click the OK button, and then it runs back into the patient data section. Now, to close the patient profile, you go back to your patient search, and then you click Close Patient Profile, and then notice the three additional tabs up at the top have disappeared. To create a new patient profile, what you'll want to do is you'll want to provide a last name first, then go ahead and put in a first name, and then next come in and put the patient's date of birth. Then click Create New. It'll come up and says this patient profile has been created. Click the OK button, and now you have your three additional patient profile tabs. Now, I want to point something out. At this point in time, Elijah is not saved into the database. Watch what happens when I do a patient search. If I come over and I select the patient last name and put in the patient last name of Onkst and click the Search Existing, you'll see that Addison, Trista, Michael, and Noah is there, but not Elijah. What you have to do is you have to click the Save button first. Once you've done this, and you get the pop-up window telling you that it's been successfully saved, then when you come over to Patient Search and you do the Search Existing, you'll see Elijah appears. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on Elijah, and I'm going to close the patient profile for Elijah. And I'm going to come back in and I'm going to do another search on Onkst. And then I'm going to bring up Trista, and I'm going to select Trista, and I'm going to load the patient profile on Trista again. And then I'm going to show you what the patient record history will show. Notice that we have three patient care records on Trista. And if I want to view any one of those, I can go over to the right side and click the View PDF button. And this will bring up the PDF of that run. If I want to unlink any of these PCRs from the patient profile, all I have to do is select it. If I want to do multiple in the selection, I need to hold down the Control button on my keyboard. And with the Control button held down, I will click on any of these. Now I've got them all three selected. And if I want to deselect one, I just hold the control button down and click it again. And now you can see that the first one and the third one is selected, but not the second one. If I come over here to unlink PCR from the current profile, if I click that, then it will tell me that it's done so successfully, and you'll see only one exists. If I go over to the link PCRs page, you can see I've got already in here the patient last name, the first name of Trista. If I click the search, then you'll see these appear. These are the two that I deselected a second ago, unlinked. And then all I have to do is just hold this down, select them both again, and then click the link selected PCRs to current patient profile. It tells me that I've done so successfully. And if I go back to the patient record history and I click the refresh, now you can see that they're back again. From here, I'm going to go back over to patient search. I'm going to close the patient profile on Trista. And I'm going to come over here to the patient management section. I'm going to do a search on Onkst. And then when Elijah loads, because he's the new one I put in a moment ago, I'm going to go ahead and select him. And then now I need to enroll him into a current contract. So I'm going to select the CHF contract, and then I'll need to fill out the rest of this information. And then once I have this in here, I'll click the Save button. And then you'll see now that I have Elijah enrolled into the CHF contract/program and the enrollment date. I can edit that information by clicking on the Edit button. And then if I get to where I need to remove Elijah from the program, I can obviously do that here as well. And then I'll have a delete button and then a warning that will appear to let me know I'm about to delete this association. But this needs to be done. This is the finalization step. After creating a profile, now I need to do an enrollment to enroll them into a program/contract. Now, the other buttons across the bottom here, I can assign any one of these to somebody in my crew by clicking Assign to Personnel and then selecting whoever needs to be assigned to. Then I have assigned to backup personnel, and so I can add a backup person there as well. Or I can assign it to a station. All I have to have is someone selected, or I can have multiple selected by hitting the control button and selecting them all if I wanted to, and then assign them all to a station if I'd like. So under this patient management tab, you have a search interface very much like some of the other search interfaces in MEDIVIEW Hub or TRIPS. And you can see here where I can do a search and I can put in a keyword. I can use any one of these other sections, the date section, the contract program section, the select assignee section, the select station section, the disposition status. I can look at any one of these. And then this will limit my search results, filter my search results based upon the criteria that was selected in these sections. And then notice that I have an all dates. If I deselect the all dates, it gives me the date range and then the date type so that I can search based upon that range. Otherwise, I could click the all dates and just conduct my search, and then that will bring everything up over on the right side that matches that criteria. So lastly, I want to show you just a few more features once you've found the patients you want to work with. I'm going to use Trista in this example, that once she has been selected, you're going to have 5 buttons appear in the grid. The View Last Trips button will permit you to quickly see all the PCRs that Trista has been a patient on. You can click the View Scheduled Trips button to see what trips in the Trips module has been scheduled for Trista in the future. You can click the View Action Items to see if there are any action items associated with Trista. And then by clicking the Scheduled Trip, this will interact directly with the Trips module to put a trip on the schedule for Trista. For more information on trips in general, please watch the trips training video. And last but not least, if I click on the Create Record from Profile, this is going to generate a new PCR, and it's going to populate it already with all the information from the patient's profile, making it extremely easy for the clinician to go in and provide all the necessary documentation for that encounter. And once it's done this, you'll see that it says Patient Care Record created from profile successfully. Click the OK button. Now I can go exit the profile, click the OK, and then I can go up to the very top, find that record number, click on that record number to load it, and then now I'm inside the PCR, and I can go over to the Patient tab and show you that all of Trista's information will be here, making it extremely easy to go in and fill in the blanks and finish out the rest of this chart. So this concludes this video on the patient profiles. If you have any questions regarding this video or any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us by writing us an email at support@beyondlucid.com. Thank you.